So we're back after Christmas. Thank God that is over. And we're going to start with the projects. Today we're going to start in the engine room. We're going to start kicking arse and getting the engine into shape. So, but first, before we start stripping the engine, I really want to have a nice clean up because the tread plates in there are awful. And it's in an area that hasn't really been worked in, so we're going to give it a good clean up and get it ready so we can actually work. If we put a washer down on the floor, we're actually going to find it instead of finding 30-year-old ones. So that'd be a good start. But the first thing you must remember with any mechanical works: coffee.
Right, sister before. This, by the way, is a brass head, so it's less harmful to like alley plating, because if you use the steel heads, it will just eat straight into it. But cleans it up nice and quickly, and yeah. Our only problem in here is, as you can see, as we've taken off engine parts, we've then got to move the engine parts to get to the floor areas. But what it will do is it will give us more space. If we do drop something, it's going to make it cleaner, easier to see it and put it back. So hopefully it's going to work and look good. Right. Still quite solid, that's good. So a little bit of a difference.
Very shiny.
Oh wow.
Yeah. After and before.
Yeah, that should be the way around. Yeah, because it's hot hole for the cable.
Yeah, it's a reach through to grab the other bit. Trainers.
Right, so this is portside engine and this is the RSJ, and unfortunately it's a little bit too long. You can see it touching the gap there, so I'm having to chop this off. Now, because we're in the engine room, I've got a fiberglass hull underneath me. If I use a grinder, it is going to be evil. I will end up with rust spots everywhere. So what I've done, you might be able to see, I've got a towel and some padding and everything to catch the little filings, and I'm going through it with a reciprocating saw. It is a pain in the arse. Every 2 seconds I do find that I knock the lights off, because there's my switches, which is right next to my elbow, which really doesn't help. But it's a job that has to be done, because I want to be able to use the crane to lift the engine and change the wet liners and sort the engine out. So it's a job that has to be done. So this is the Detroit V12, and you can see there the RSJ that we use for lifting, and it needs to be bolted up. So I've got to drill through it and get that bolted in place. That's going to be the job for the day. I've just had to take off that end piece because it was too long. It was touching the end wall. So I've still got to bolt through that and get that up in place. But once it's all done, it should be able to lift the engine quite comfortably. And there's one I'd done earlier, and it was easy. Yeah, I didn't turn the lights off like 100 times just cutting through it, but yeah. Just like to say a big thank you to a friend of ours, Dave. One of the most important things about being on a boat is the community. And it's good friends, and when they come up with an idea, yeah, we're going down to the boat, we want to go out, we want to go somewhere, and it gets everyone together. And Dave gave us a shout last night. Frank, Dave, Juan, Mark and Sarah, and we all met in Cowes and had a really good night. And that is what boating is all about. It's not about being on your own and being on a boat. It's about being with a group of like-minded people that you really enjoy the company of. And we had a cracking laugh. Now, we weren't out late because I had the boys with me, but we did. We had a really good evening and really nice time. And you get to see us out on a Sea Line 43, which is a beautiful little boat.
Made it to Cowes.
A lot quieter in winter, isn't it?
Yeah. It's actually really empty. I think there's the window in the way.
I'm actually thinking that it sits pretty well. start with your cable ties. Ah, right, okay, that can come on. Pass me the multi-tool, please. I absolutely love this gun. It's Makita, I've had it for years, but when it comes to doing large mastic jobs, your arms ache like hell. And this electric, variable speed on it, works an absolute treat, saves your arms, and it's just so quick. I can go 20 minutes through like 6 tubes. Whereas if you're pumping these tubes by hand, it absolutely kills your arms. So really good investment if you've got loads of mastic jobs to do. But hold on, what have I got there? Ah, no. So
Just cut out a bit for the window.
yeah,
It's pretty much perfect.
it's not bad. Feels
A bit of a mess though.
right, okay. So the multi-tool.
This is Seneca paddles without the covers on. It's a lot better.